So, you know what drinking Coors Light and having sex in a canoe have in common? They're fucking close to water.
To me, the line is when your goal is just making money. You can continue to make the same level of quality and spend the extra money on the extra high quality ingredients that you always have and make it big. It just means you're gonna spend a little bit more on the product and the profit margin's gonna be that much lower. But when that's what you're trying to do it for, then that's what you should do.
It's a global economy, of course. We make stuff that gets sold all around the world, and I have no problem with that, selling with other nations, and I don't mind buying from other nations, but buying from local people here is important. We got to support them. Our manufacturing is not what it used to be, and people are having to work doing what they can to survive. So it's important we support each other, you know, because if we don't, who will?
It's a pretty cool time and probably financially feasible to open a brewery in South Carolina, where a couple of years ago that just wasn't the case. And that's why the growth is happening, is because it's doable now, and there's certainly more people into it.
They had some regular, I think it was Miller Lite on sale or something, and I was like, well, let me have some Miller Lite. And I was like, it just ain't the same. It ain't the same. Once you start drinking craft brews, it ain't the same. It's like going from bologna to steak, you know, there's a big difference in the two.
So in South Carolina, there are 3 tiers. There's the manufacturer. We make the beer. We sell it to a distributor, the middleman, the network, and they in turn sell it to a retail and end user, whether it's a bar, retail store, grocery store, what have you. So if I want to sell to a restaurant, even if it's across the street, it goes through a distributor. As local breweries grow, as more breweries open, that tap real estate becomes a whole nother issue that accounts kind of have to, I hate to say jockey for, but in a way, most of the time that's the distributor's job, is to get you a tap or a end cap space or a place on the shelf. So breweries like to complain sometimes that you have to have a distributor, but once you start growing, they're quite needed, especially a good one. That's the key. You have to have a good one that understands where you're trying to go and willing to work with you. If there is a symbol of American beer, who would it not be? Budweiser. And the fact that they're not is pretty damn sucky, pretty shameful that of all the things, you know, and the iconic American beer is not. It's pretty sad. That's it? Awesome.